DC the beat man. DC the beat man.
So epic. What's up, everybody? It's your favorite show, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Trent, as usual. Hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. And as you can see, we got my girl Naomi on the screen now. Naomi, how's everything with you?
Hello, I'm doing great. Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you. I gotta say that is the cleanest background I have seen on the screen thus far outside of mine. Like that is smooth, bro. Like, hey, I might have
here. Take care of some adult business here, and we're chilling in the free time while we're doing so.
I appreciate you for sharing a little time. I appreciate you. So look, Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark. Now, talking a little bit about LSU versus Iowa, it seems like there's a little bit, just a smidge, of a disappointment in your eyes for the game. It looks like you might want a little bit something different.
Yeah, I was hoping. I was just hoping Iowa would have brought that same intensity that they did with South Carolina. I was hoping that would.
You don't think they did? You don't think they did? Really?
Well, maybe, but I think once they got out of their rhythm, I could just see how hard it was for them to get it back up. Because LSU would do a couple of things to disrupt it, and they would be disrupted for so long of a period before they were able to come back, find it again, and then LSU would just switch it up and disrupt it again. I saw them, they were able to find their rhythm the second they lost it with South Carolina. It just almost looked like
I think it was more so. I felt like that was because Caitlin wasn't fatigued at that point in time. Like that's what in that South Carolina game, like I said, South Carolina could not capitalize in moments where I thought they were about to. And it was just because, hey, Caitlin hits a tough bucket, or like this pass was made, or this person hits a random jumper. Like they were able to do that, but they also fed off Caitlin Clark. And it's like in the championship game, once she hit that fatigue, that first quarter, it was disgusting. There's no way in the world we're doing this already. Come on, Caitlin, you got to chill out, sweetie. Like we got to pump the brakes. And I think she listened, and she did, because LSU was. They ramped it up a little bit, but I think it was more so because of the fatigue of Caitlin Clark that they couldn't really get that energy that they needed at Iowa, especially when the big girl got injured too. Monica, not injured, a foul. Yeah, they got fouled. They got into foul trouble. So it's like, what are we gonna do now? So I think that was for me, it was entertaining. But Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark, is this a respectable rivalry now for you? I know you are on record for saying that you didn't like the back and forth that Angel had. You thought it was. I'll let you add your own words.
Details out of there.
You said what?
Don't leave all the details out of there.
I'm gonna let you speak on it because you did say she was corny. Now,
so before you go any further, when I saw the altercation, now I wasn't aware of the alternative conversation at hand in regards to the inequality comparison between the two of them. I wasn't aware of that, and I'm totally for Angel Reese. I feel like if it's cool when Caitlin Clark does it should be the same content for Angel Reese. Would you say that the South Carolina was Caitlin's best game thus far?
Yeah.
Okay. That's how I feel. I can't imagine her topping that.
I mean, she got the green light. I mean, she got the green light. So I look.
I said but I can't imagine what that would look like. Like,
oh, it's easy. It's a 50 ball triple double. Easy. She's gonna do it. She's gonna do it.
I can't imagine how she does it. Like, does she just get laser black out from the three? Is she just going nuts from perimeter? I can't even visualize it because I know it could happen, but it's like
she already gave you a 41 triple double. So just add 9 more points, however you want. Whether that's 3 threes, whether that's 9 trips to the free throw line, whether that's 2 field goals. I don't care. Like we've already seen 41. I'm expecting a 50 triple double. That's all I'm saying. Caitlin, you got the green light. Let it fly, please. Oh man. But Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, is this now a respectable rivalry for you? Because again, you said Caitlin's great and Angel in. So
I also said I don't know enough about Angel Reese. I will put that out there. So my comments could be 1,000% just incorrect. However, I was saying, for one, to begin with, it was corny. It was corny when Caitlin did it. Nonetheless,
it was corny when Caitlin did it. That's so tough. At least you're consistent, though. At least you're consistent, but that's tough. Wow.
I mean, I got why she did it. Caitlin was almost from the logo, pulls up with Shorty right in front of her, and the ball goes in, like, doesn't even hit the rim. So at that point in time, I just feel like your game should always speak for yourself. But I understand the intensity in that moment. I understand Shorty was blacked out from that period. Like, nobody on that team was guarding her, regardless of what she was doing. The bigs weren't, the guards weren't, the post players weren't. Nobody was to guard her. So to begin, I thought it was corny to begin with. However, my perspective, and Trey always knows, is it has nothing to do with that. It's just on a basketball level. That LSU game, I'm sure, Angel Reese is their best player. That was a 1,000% beautiful team effort. Like, everybody was doing what they were supposed to be doing, and it was so cohesive. Caitlin carried that team to the championship on her back. I just thought, and it would have been different, had Angel Reese would have did something physically versus Caitlin. It was just like, I thought she could have just been like, and that would have been it. But she was walking around following Caitlin Clark, like.
She won't stalking the girl and doing this. She was walking past her, and I mean, what you was.
But I just thought it was corny because we're talking about Shorty who just had the best NCAA run. Like, I felt like,
yeah, but I mean, to me, I look at it like this: she stopped her in the day. Like, it don't matter how you look at it. Her team stopped Iowa's, and she played it
fair. All is fair, both sides. Me personally, though, I felt it was corny for Caitlin to originally do it, but it was live. It was cornier for Angel to do it, but it's respected.
Only thing that I think was a little weird was they were coming to the defense of South Carolina. Now, my thoughts are this. Now, my thoughts are this, though. If you're like cool with South Carolina like that, like, okay, maybe I hear you. Like, maybe I'm really close friends with Aaliyah Boston, like possibly. All right, fine. But I'm not gonna really care too much if you did somebody else like that, because I mean, you made a tough bucket. You played out the wazoo. You tip my cap to you. Just know, though, that I know you like to trash talk, so I will be gunning for you. But that's that. I'm not. Yeah, that's the only thing that I can say I thought was a little weird.
Exactly. You open your mouth, then you got to be ready for whatever comes your way. So that's why I'm cool with the Angel Reese part. Mine is just like it's very much from a personal bias standpoint. I'm very much like, it's so much colder for your game to just be silent. Like,
I mean, I hear that. All I'm gonna say, though, is
I get it. I've never been.
Tim Duncan is one of the most silent players that I've ever seen. Tim Duncan is one of the most silent players I've ever seen, and he talked trash. That's all I'm saying. That's all. That's all I'm saying. He talked a little trash.
That's what I'm saying. I've never been at that level. I can't imagine the adrenaline running. Like, I'm there for it. That's mine was just a personal opinion. Like, I'm more so of like just a little quieter, I guess, in my respects. But the conversation of Angel Reese being ghetto, hood, trashy, that's the ultimate corny. Like, that's
I didn't like that.
Shorty just won a ring, so all is
Yeah.
fair at that point.
I also didn't like how Flotus came and said, like, I understand her intentions, right? You want to highlight the game and say everybody played well. Respectfully, I think her answer when she said, "Oh, she had no ill will, she had no like ill intentions," I questioned that a little bit because you can say, "Oh, they all played really well." Because flip side to it, right? Let's say LSU loses by 17 points. You're not saying, "Oh yeah, let's invite them into the White House." You're saying, "Oh, let's invite Iowa alone." Like so, respectfully, I feel like she was talking out her ass, and I I would still probably go to the White House just out of tradition, but it's that I'm gonna be respectful just because it's the president's wife, but just know at the same time I'm sorry, I'm not appreciating at all whatever you're saying. The apology I'm probably not going to accept really, because to me it came off a little racial, to me a little bit, no matter how you want to spin it, but that's just me though, because
I don't even feel like as the president you should be like as Lotus, you shouldn't even be concerning yourself with something like that. But I mean, there's been a year where wasn't there a year where the NBA winner didn't go to the White House, but Trump was in? So I don't blame LSU at all. So
yeah, I mean they did go, and to be fair, I'm not throwing shade at the White House. It's Flotus because the White House officially invited UConn's men team and LSU's women team, but she made the statement.
Yeah, she should have kept quiet on that for sure.
Yeah, you could, cause again, she could have just said, "Hey, they both played great. Shout out to Iowa. Shout out to Caitlin Clark. And then LSU, of course, y'all won the championship. We can't say enough about y'all." And that's
her inherent bias was too loud publicly. So
exactly. Now, yeah, yeah. Like maybe we can have her transfer. Maybe we can transfer Flotus somewhere. I don't know. Speaking of transfer though, Naomi, real quick.
This was awesome. Thank you for having me. Always with it. Always about it. I hope people enjoy the conversation and have similar or maybe even opposing views. And I also hope that we didn't I didn't inherently or without knowing disrespect any player because
it is what it is.
As a fan.
It is what it is. If so, that just means they got to change your opinion. It is what it is. They can treat it with a grain of salt.
Oh, I did not know you guys were still here. As you can see, we're at the back end of the show. No pun intended, but look, hope you all enjoyed it. And before you go, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the IG account, share the content to anybody who's anybody. And most importantly, leave your thoughts and comments below. But I gotta go back and play Buddy in 2K, so let me unmute him real quick. Excuse me. Hey, boss, I'm back. Nah, you better catch this word. You know we get buckets around here, too.